Somebody told me your devotion won't start off as devotion. Devotion starts off as a discipline. Like you do it just because you have to do it. I hate working out. But what happens is when I make a plan to go work out, it's a discipline. I'm there. I'm gonna do it. It doesn't matter. But after a while of doing the discipline turns into a desire. And the day you miss, you'll be like, man, I didn't work out today. I need to go work out today. What you have to know is that spending time with God in prayer, spending time with Him in worship, it may start out as a discipline. I'm gonna set this 24 minutes every day, or this 30 minutes, or this 10 minutes, wherever you need to start. What begins to happen is it turns into a desire. And just like when you get a good drink, like like one that you gulp it, you don't wanna stop because it's quenching something on the inside.
Some people will find a way to discredit you no matter what you do. You can literally have every single piece of proof that you put your blood, sweat, and tears into something, and there's still going to be somebody that'll be like, you didn't even work hard for that. That was handed to you. For example, look at Matthew 9:27 through 34. Because I was reading that this morning and it threw me for a loop. I was like, am I tripping? Am I misinterpreting this? I was not misinterpreting this at all. So basically, these two blind men decide to come up to Jesus, right? And they're asking him to restore their vision. So let me break this down in my way. So Jesus restores their vision, but then he's like, hey, don't tell nobody I did this. But what them two hard-headed, mouth-running men go and do? They told the whole region. And while they were going out doing this, a demon-possessed man was brought to Jesus. And not only was he demon-possessed, he was mute. So Jesus did his thing and casted out them demons, and the man was also able to speak afterwards. So the crowd who saw this was shook. They was like, we had never seen nothing like this in Israel. But the Pharisees was there too, and of course they had something to say. They said, it is by the prince of demons that he drives out demons. So baby, you telling me y'all literally just saw Jesus perform this miracle dead in y'all face. But y'all still had the nerve to not only discredit Jesus, but to give credit to Satan for what Jesus just did. A lot of y'all act like the Pharisees in this situation, but we ain't gonna speak on that. A lot of y'all go right back to being hard-headed and disobedient as soon as y'all get what y'all want from God, just like those two blind men, but we ain't gonna speak on that. Don't get me wrong, I'm coming at myself on this too. But yeah, that's how my Bible reading went this morning, and I had to get that out, so. I hope this blesses somebody the way it blessed me, because baby, it's Bible story time. And for my newbies, I break down Bible stories in a way that's easy for this generation to understand. So we diving into Deuteronomy, let's get it. So to give some context, Moses is chilling with the Israelites and telling them about a command that God has given him to tell them. Moses is like, hey y'all, God said we've stayed here long enough. It's time to pack up and go somewhere better. God already said He's gonna give us the land of the Amorites and we ain't got nothing to worry about. We ain't gotta be scared. Let's just do it. So the Israelites was like, all right, let's bounce. But then they was like, matter of fact, let's send some spies ahead of us so they can give us a report first before we go there. So Moses said, all right, no problem. And they sent 12 people to go be spies. So the spies went, then came back, and they said it was good land, just like the Lord promised. But still, the Israelites was being some punks about going up there. So they decided to sit around and complain, talking about some, God got us going to the Amorites. They so much bigger and stronger than us. God must hate us. He brought us out of Egypt just to have them destroy us. They thought God was setting them up. So Moses is like, what y'all scared for? Like, God already told us He got our back. Did y'all forget what He did for y'all up in Egypt in front of y'all's own eyes? Even after Moses told them this, the Israelites still decided to be hard-headed and not go to the land. And due to their disobedience, God told them that none of their generation would get to see that land. God even told Moses he wasn't going to get to see the land either. So after all this, the Israelites is like, you know what? Let's stop being scared. We're going to go now. We sorry, Lord. All that mess we was talking, Lord, you know how it be sometimes. We was just talking. But God God was like, nah, don't try to be brave now. If y'all go up there, I will not have my hand over y'all and y'all will be defeated. And once again, they disobeyed. They tried to go take over the land, got towed up, and then tried to come back crying to God. So there's so much we can draw from this. What promise has God made you that you're too scared to walk into? That you're too scared to own and take possession of and be like, hey, this is mine? Because that was the exact downfall of the Israelites. And this also shows so much about disobedience. Because yeah, the Israelites decided to obey God later, but this shows how delayed obedience is still disobedience. And their delayed obedience was shown from the beginning. Although God had already given them his promise, they still sent spies ahead to double check on it. And God don't need nobody double checking behind him, and he doesn't need no cosign. What he has for you is for you. And just like the Israelites seem to have forgotten what God did for them back in Egypt, some of us have forgotten how God has had our back in the past. Some of us wouldn't have so much fear and worry about the future if we simply used our memory. And this story also serves another major thing. Be wise about hanging around people who have no problem disobeying God, who are comfortable with disobeying God. Because you could end up like Moses, never reaching your promised land because you're around the wrong people.